to the cloud. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our team call for tonight. We are going to be going over vulnerability. Sarah Grace and I will be leading it. It's so good to see you all on. I love when I'm on my computer because I can see everybody's faces. When I'm on my phone, I'm always having to click on like participants and then scroll to see who's on. And I love when I'm on this view of everybody. And I hope to see many of you in Arizona in November. Wes and I just got our plane tickets today. Yay! We're excited, and I'm going to go through TSA pre-check and everything like that. So, okay. Let's go ahead, and I will share my screen, and then I'm going to also unmute Sarah so that we can get going. Hold on one second. There she is. Okay, I think I gave you permission to unmute yourself. Got it?
I'm good.
Okay, I'm going to share my screen now. Here we go. Ta-da!
Okay, guys, I'm in school mode. I almost said, all right, kiddos. So sorry if I slip back and forth, but that's fine. So Jackie and I will be talking about vulnerability. Jackie Lawrence and I are both on here. I am Sarah Grace, and we are both honored to be on here tonight. It's the 28th, I'm checking, yes, 28th of August, 2019. And we're going to be spending the next 25-ish minutes with you. So I ask that you give us your attention, really soak up what we are asking you to do. And in a little while, we're going to be asking for some participation. That's really going to help you out. It's for you, not for us. So jump in.
Hey, it may be for me too.
It might be for you.
Okay.
Okay, vulnerability is, I need to move this out of the way. The quality or state of being exposed to the possibility of being attacked or harmed, either physically or emotionally. That's kind of scary if you think about it. Like being attacked or harmed physically, like you don't want to think about that, but emotionally. Emotional pain sometimes can be worse than physical pain. It can stick around a lot longer. Being vulnerable means exposing layers and pieces and parts of us that are easier to hide, that we keep. It makes me think, this is kind of silly, but hopefully it helps somebody, like on Shrek, where he says, onions have layers. And, if you think of an onion, it really does. Like you peel this layer and you peel that layer and this layer and that layer, and you have all of these layers. And deep down inside, you've got something going on. And that's where the vulnerability is. So vulnerability also means the extent to which changes can hurt or harm a person or a system. So being vulnerable, this kind of makes it seem negative. It's not. It can be positive too. It is positive. But you have to allow vulnerability to happen. You have to allow yourself to be vulnerable, to grow and change and be more.
Yeah. So on that note, I want to say that we see this a lot in our own clients when we're trying to help them open up to us and trust us. We see that in our own coaching teams. You probably initially saw that when you were starting to fall in love with your first or your current significant other. You were like unsure. Is this really what some of us, or at least I was, really guarded about opening myself up to the possibility that this could be love, or I wanted to let this person into my life. Okay, so I wanted to talk about why it makes it so hard and difficult, and these are just a few things that I thought of off the top of my head. And when we were working together on this, I thought, Sarah, what about these? And this is really, for me, why it makes it so hard and so difficult. It might be different for you. And I just want to acknowledge that right now. So I wanted to say, let's just be honest.
Yeah. And sorry, it's totally okay if someone else's vulnerability is different than yours. Totally okay, because we are all different. We're all different onions. We all have different layers.
Through and experiences and grown up differently and everything. So that makes us who we are and makes us at different levels of vulnerability as well. Being vulnerable opens us up to be judged a lot of times because people are judgmental, whether they like to say, don't judge me, or I'm not judgmental. Parts of us do in our brain. And it lets people into a part of our lives we may not be comfortable with. Sometimes I don't like people seeing my messy house, which you can kind of see in the background right now, or sometimes I don't like people to know how difficult it's been in my marriage or with my kids or teaching or with my own parents, stuff like that, or even in my health journey. Most of us, at various levels, want to be liked and understood. Just think back to when you began middle school, and maybe you can remember how that was. Yeah, even if you were more popular than others or whatever, you're still going to have that level of wanting to be liked and trying to display that towards others. So being in this state is not normal. Like, a lot of people, no matter how many times they're vulnerable, are still going to be scared, and they're still going to be uncomfortable with vulnerability. I would venture to say it, and this is not actually a percentage that I know for a fact, but I would venture to say it's over 90% of humans really don't like being vulnerable, because then it opens them up to emotions that they're not okay with showing. Yeah. Okay. Oh, did we move past one?
I think we did.
Here we go. Sorry.
Okay. So now it's time to talk about why it's important for us to be vulnerable, not only in our own lives, but in what we do as far as Optavia goes. We want to show that we're real people. Never want to portray that we're living this, perfect life. It's not, so many people say like fake book. I think that's one of the most important things about doing like the, 3 to 5 posts a day and posting different kinds of things. Not just all before and afters and all these super healthy meals that are fabulous and wonderful. Sometimes my kids eat ice cream and I knock their head on the car door when I put them in their car seat, and like things happen. So being real allows you to be vulnerable. It leads to honesty, and it shows that you're a real person. It allows you to grow. When you are honest, then as a person in your business, as a person as yourself, you're allowing yourself to grow. And then I just decided it would be cool to make it like a stop, challenge, choose of your best self. So we always talk about stop, challenge, choose as far as Dr. A goes, and stopping the action, challenging it, and choosing, okay, like, should I eat this? Should I drink this? Is this a good choice? Well, what about stop, challenge, choose as far as being vulnerable for an action? I think that could be really cool.
Yeah. For me, I wanted to touch on bullet 3 when you're talking about grows me personally. For me, when I'm open with someone, it allows me to be more comfortable with myself, comfortable with who I am, and accepting where I'm at currently, even though I know I don't want to be there in the future. Mm-hmm. It also, I guess I could say that it grows me personally because it allows me to allow others in when I have, and Sarah knows this because she said that initially I was always just really guarded about like my personal life or things that were going on, and I would kind of share here, there, but I wouldn't open up to allow someone to help me in that, in whatever situation, because I just wanted to take care of it and own it But that's the important point, that we're supposed to rely on others and supposed to be around others. I mean, we're meant to be a community in this world. So that leads us into talking about, okay, we would really like to just have some share time, personal experiences that you've had on being vulnerable, either in this life in general, like even before Optavia, if you feel comfortable sharing that, or while doing Optavia with clients and coaches, or being your client yourself. And if you'd like to share that, let us know, did it help you with anything? Okay, how and why? And I'm going to stop sharing for a little bit so that I can see who needs to be unmuted and who would like to share when it comes to vulnerability. Is there anybody like to share, like off the top of their head, an experience that they've had?
Hey, Steve, you want to share?
Let me take you off. No? Okay,
Yes.
this activity is actually creating a point in your life where you're having to be vulnerable with us while being recorded. And I get that if people aren't really feeling that right now. Oh, Lori. I see Lori's got one. Yay, okay. I love that we're sharing because we can learn from other people. Let me find you on here, Lori, and then I'll unmute you, okay? There you go.
Hi there.
Hi, Lori.
Hi. So Bobby's going to come out here. I was sitting in ants, getting ants crawling all over me, so we moved. So, but right before we came out here, he was talking about how he feels he makes me vulnerable because my desire to please him with all the other activities and diversions and projects and things that he diverts my attention, when really my heart is to serve others. And so he says he thinks he makes me vulnerable by pulling me away from what my desire is, which is really to serve others. I thought that was kind of interesting. He was going to share it, but he's not here.
That is interesting.
I wanted to share my vulnerability is I wasn't on Facebook before, and people do put a facade on Facebook of what they want people to believe about their lives. And being real on Facebook really matters, and just being vulnerable and true to who you are, letting people really in to see who you are without exposing your laundry, if you will. Yeah. And so it's kind of a fine line. So I want to be real, but it does feel vulnerable at times because I know everybody has weaknesses and everybody has things that trip them up. Everybody sometimes goes off plan. Everybody has their thing they do. But to put it out there, I do it all my life, so I kind of just say it, and then more ants on me. Darn it. Sorry, I'll try not to scream. They don't bite. They're just irritating. Anyway, so that's what I wanted to share. This whole Facebook exposing your life to others, it's made me feel quite vulnerable.
Yeah.
But I'm doing it anyway.
Yeah.
Good.
I agree that opening yourself up on Facebook is a really big deal. When I first started, I was on Facebook when I first started being a coach, but yeah, I only had like 200 friends, and I didn't want people to know. I didn't want to be public about things. I didn't want people to know anything really about me that I wasn't going to share. And now, like I let people in on what I feel like I want to let them in on, but I'm still real. Every once in a while, I do take a hard evaluation, which this is making me think I need to take a hard evaluation of my Facebook page and just kind of scroll through my last week and see just someone scrolling through my Facebook feed, what is that going to show them? Is that going to show them the real me? Or am I just going to be all about, like Sarah said, posting a meal, posting a before and after? I need to be posting more about me and my life. I feel like I'm going to just take another hard look at that, but I don't want to ever portray a fake person. I want to try to have as much integrity and be as real as possible. Yeah.
Well, and along with that, what you are showing and what someone else is choosing to see are completely different things. So never confuse the two. Just, leave that as it is. But
Anyone else?
I'll jump in really fast. I think doing lives, Lori kind of touched on this, but that's a huge way to be vulnerable. Most of us are completely terrified to do lives. Once you start doing them, they're really not that scary, I promise. But it makes you vulnerable because it's live. You're jumping on, you're doing it right away. You're showing yourself right then, right now. If the kid runs behind you, if a car drives by, if whatever happens. So you're being put on the spot. It's not something that you've written out a script or you have a PowerPoint or anything to go along with. But what I would like to challenge you all to do with this, just kind of came out of nowhere, is in the next few days to go ahead and do a live about something that's important to you, because I feel like this is a good way to show your vulnerability, expose your vulnerability, show that you are a true person, a real person. You have thoughts and feelings and emotions, how much you care about others. I'm not going to tell you exactly what to talk about because that's for you to do. Just something that you truly care about. But yeah, do a live in the next few days.
Okay, so what Sarah doesn't know is I was so scared to do a Facebook Live. My first Facebook Live, I actually had my phone and then a script behind it. I really forgot what I was going to say because I did not want to go live. And then I made sure I locked myself inside somewhere where the kids couldn't come because it's live. Like she said, there's no mute button like there is on Zoom. When if your kids are screaming or something happening, you're like, oh, and you have to say something to them. So yeah, Facebook Live is really vulnerable. For sure.
So I'm gonna challenge you guys to do that. I think whoever does it in the next 24 hours, I'll put all of your names in a raffle for, I don't know, something. So we'll figure it out.
Or something that we're going to mention at the end. That would be really good.
I think that would.
Did I see you had a raised hand? Did you want to say something? You clicked on the raise hand button. Do you want to say something or no? I'll unmute you.
No, I just kind of wanted to play off of what Sarah Grace said a little bit too. I mean, being vulnerable, I think, is probably one of the most powerful tools that we have as coaches. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure if anybody else on here has ever been accused of being fake. Mm-hmm. Raise your hand or blink at me if you've ever been accused of being fake. If what you're posting on Facebook, right? Right? When in reality, and I've done lives on it before and talked about the fact that, I'm not fake. I just choose not to air a lot of the negativity that does happen in our lives.
Yeah.
Why do I want to share that? Why do I want to throw it out there? So I actually did a live. I was vulnerable in doing a live about vulnerability and about being honest. And I think, showing that vulnerable side and showing that you're not a robot. You're not just programmed to do these certain steps. As a health coach, this is what you're supposed to do every single day, is do these certain steps. Yeah. When we are real and we're relatable and we're vulnerable, I think that is probably one of the most attractive traits that we can have for potential clients.
And that's just really hard for a lot of people to do. Like I said, we build up these walls. And yeah, so, okay. Alexa wanted to say something. Hold on one second.
Thank you, Steve.
Yes, thank you. Okay, here you go, Alexa.
Hey, everybody.
Hi.
I feel pretty vulnerable doing this right now, but one thing I wanted to add was whenever we share our transformational stories of before and afters of clients, I feel that when we post those and we just add in the caption, oh, check out this story, I've had people comment or send me private messages saying, why do you keep posting these? And so I've kind of taken taken a different approach to it where I try to put something more genuine in my caption, something that comes from me that is more unique than what somebody else might say. So I feel like I'm being vulnerable in that aspect too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and it shows connection. And that's one of the things that we also do when it comes to like when we go to convention or events. We try, not that I'm trying to like, I am kind of trying to market, right? But I also want people to know that these are real people and I've met them. And so I'm taking pictures with Steve or Brittany or whoever. And then I'm also showing their before and after. So it's not just like, check out this person on this infomercial or whatever. So that's really meant a lot to me that I can do that and share others' success as well as mine.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, anyone else? This is like a really handy tool, this participant button over here. I can see who's going to
Why don't we go ahead and share our last bit of goodness?
Let me get there.
Yes, goodness. That is my fancy word for the evening.
All right. Okay, so here we go.
Okay, so these are this is my goodness right here. These are some amazing books on vulnerability: Daring Greatly, Rising Strong, and the Gifts of Imperfection. These are all by Brene Brown. Like, she is my jam. Love that lady. I know Tony is really into Brene. Brene is on Netflix. We put podcasts because I'm not sure of some really awesome podcasts on vulnerability, but if any of you know of any, I would love for you to share. There are quite a few of our coaches that love to listen to podcasts or books that they can listen to. So if you know of any, if you could share that in our coaching group, that would be fabulous. Yeah. But these are 3 books that I personally have that have done some amazing things for me, because not just because they're books, like, it's great. Like, you can have, I've got personal development books, like, I'm sitting at my desk, like, I've got them everywhere, and it's great. Like, you can buy the books, you can go on Amazon, you can buy them, you can put them like on your phone and have them on the Kindle app, whatever. You can have the books, but you have to use the books. And when you put them to play, like, you practice what you preach. When you're actually reading them and taking them to heart and daring greatly, or you're rising strong, or you're becoming that gift of imperfection, and you're learning from what you're reading, then amazing things can happen. Guys, I will be super duper vulnerable right now. I might cry because this is awesome. But like, in the last month, like last month and then again this month, I've been able to stay there. Like, I became vulnerable, I worked hard, and I doubled my business. And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm saying that to tell you that, like, I got off my butt and I decided that I was going to do something, and I did it. And I'm helping people, and I found a new why, and I'm passionate. I'm going to cry. I'm passionate again, and you can do it. So just be vulnerable. These are 3 books that are fabulous. See, it's real life. It's not fake. These are 3 books that I would love to be able to give away for people that choose to do the live. Gosh. And so those of you that choose to do the live, I'm not going to make you. I can't make you. I would love for you to do a live and be vulnerable and talk about something that's important. Talk about vulnerability if you so choose. We'll put your name in a drawing. Please tag Jackie and or myself so we can see it, because we want to see your live. And hopefully I'll be able to send you one or some of these fabulous books.
Awesome. Okay, yeah. And Sarah not only doubled her business, but she's also been helping herself and putting her health first too.
Yeah.
So it's been a really amazing change throughout the summer and then this past month. And we're all so happy for her and super proud.
Thank you.
You're welcome, friend. I really I have not personally read these, so I'm going to be very honest about that. I have not read anything on vulnerability, so I am looking forward to getting one of these at a time because I'm not an avid reader, so I'm not going to buy all three and then say, yeah, I'm going to do it. My goal is small because I'm also just got my own personal life book in the one that I purchased back when it came out, I gave to Wes right away. So I've been waiting to get my own. Anyway, okay.
This awesome thing right here.
Yes, I just got.
If you don't have this, get it. Get it. Get it. Get it.
Right.
Get it. Life book. You should have this.
I was going to see. Okay. Jackie and Brandon said that they bought the Imperfection one yesterday.
Yay. Suggestion for some of you. We all learn differently. We all take things in differently. Totally get that. Totally understand it.
Sorry, it wasn't Jackie and Brandon. Tony bought it.
Oh, yay. Yay, Tony.
Sorry.
I love to read. I've always been a reader, but I like to pick up a book and read it if it's something just for pleasure. These books where this is gonna sound bad, where I'm learning from them. I like personal development books, professional development books. I learn better if I'm hearing someone read it to me. So, audibles I learn better that way. So if you found that you struggle with personal development books, maybe try an Audible and see if that works better for you. Hearing someone read it to you in their tone, their inflection may be a good way for you to learn that you really like to learn.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so homework, I guess. If you want to Facebook Live, tag us. We'll put you in a raffle. Hopefully you'll get one of these 3 books. Yeah, and then other homework, if you know of any podcasts or any other books that you'd like to list, put them in our Delightfully Healthy coaching group. Make a post about it. All of us are looking for more things to grow and learn and read about and new authors and ways to help grow ourselves personally. Yeah. Okay. Any other questions or housekeeping things that we need to bring up? I know that all of you guys in Pennsylvania are looking forward to your event coming up.
Yay.
It has helped you guys in Team Quest put on with Tony and Jamil. So it's super exciting for you guys. And November is going to be the Growth Summit, and everybody's working hard for the ILAT. I hope.
Yeah.
Would hope. Anything else that we need to bring up?
If you guys need help reaching your goals, reach out to your coach, reach out to other coach, reach out to your friend coaches. We are all family. We're all here to help. We're all like brother, sister, cousin coaches.
Wow.
We'll get on calls, we'll get on Zooms. We're here to help you. So if you don't understand something, you're not sure about something, just ask. We will help you reach your goals.
Oh, Steve, do you have something to say again? Raise his hand again. I'll try to unmute him. Maybe not. Oh, there you are. Nope. Okay. I don't know why it keeps on showing a raised hand thing for you. Okay. Well, good evening and good night, and we'll see you all soon.
All right. Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye.